greatest intelligence, and the other one is the miracle power, the one with the greatest miracle power, Mugliana. So in that group, who were present, Buddha Shakyamuni was presiding over the congregation, and then Arya Vajrapani was there. Then who else? Ajashatru, the king of Magad, was there. Then who else? Mugliana was there. Indra was there. And then some about Buddha's, sorry? Shariputra, I'm not too sure. Shariputra is there on the Tanga. He's not there. Okay, I'm not sure whether he was there or not. Okay, so what we know from the biography of the Buddha is the Arya Vajrapani was there, Indra was there, Ajashatru was there, Mugliana was there, and then surrounded by other the Bodhisattvas and the devotees.
What was the occasion?
Sorry?
What was the occasion?
Occasion was just a meeting. So this dialogue you will come to hear what this dialogue is. So Buddha was and the Ajashatru king, this king, very young king, he had this air, he has this pride of being the physically very strong, pride of the physical might. He has this pride, the pride of the physical mind, and he claims himself to be physically the mightiest person on the earth that time. So King Ajashatru. Then the Indra, of course, the king of the gods and goddesses. Gods and goddesses, and oftentimes he had war with the demigods, and he uses his Vajra. And Arya Vajrapani, he's always holding the Vajra, and he's of course known for his power. And Mugliana is known for his miracle power. Okay, so this is the scenario. Then King Ajashatru, he's always wondering, what was that Vajra? What was the Vajra like? The one which was held by Arya Vajrapani. He was so curious as to what this Vajra is like. But he dared not ask Arya Vajrapani, please show your Vajra to me. He dared not ask this. So the Buddha Shakyamuni read his mind, and Buddha Shakyamuni asked Arya Vajrapani. The Buddha asked Arya Vajrapani, I keep your Vajra on my table. And then the Arya Vajrapani kept the Vajra on the Buddha's table. Then the Buddha invited King Ajashatru. King Ajashatru, you can now pick up the Vajra. So King Ajashatru was so happy, he was wanting this, and then Buddha exactly read his mind, and the Buddha gave the opportunity. So the King Ajashatru came to just, out of curiosity, just pick up the Vajra. He could not pick it up. He could not pick it up. And then he was struggling to move it. He could not move it. And then he felt so embarrassed. He felt so embarrassed that forget about picking it up, even move. He can't even move it. So then he invited Indra, the king of the gods and goddesses, because he always has a Vajra in his hand. So he destroys his enemies through his Vajra. So he invited the King Indra. So Indra came thought that it was just easy. Again, he could not move. Forget about picking it up. He could not even move it. Then he gave it up. Then he passed it down to No, there's one. Mugliana, right? Mugliana, why Mugliana? Because he's known for miracle powers, right? So he's passed it on to Mugliana. He indicated that Mugliana, you do it. And Mugliana came, and because of his miracle power, he's trying to pick it up, he cannot. So he said in a deeper meditation. Miracle power is connected with the deep meditation. Miracle power, there are many kinds. Some are related to karmic miracle powers, and others are related to the meditative experience. So he again went into deep meditative state, and then went to pick it up. He cannot pick it up. He cannot move it. So finally then he went to the Buddha, and he sat on his knees and then cried. Mugliana said that, now my miracle power has degenerated. Buddha said, your miracle power did not degenerate. This is not ordinary Vajra. This is a very special Vajra which ordinary people cannot live it, cannot move it. And then the Buddha invited Ajahn Vajrapani to pick it up. Then Ajahn Vajrapani, just with the first two fingers, the thumb and the forefinger, he picked this up like this, he threw this in the air, and then picked it back and placed it back on the Buddha's table. Then King Ajatasattu was so fascinated, he was just mesmerized, he was perplexed. How come that he is able to do this? We can't even move it. And then the King Ajatasattu, so he dare not look at Ajahn Vajrapani. He turned towards the Buddha, knowing that the Buddha is very compassionate and loving. So Ajahn Vajrapani, right, he thought that he's just ordinary. And then turned to Bodhicitta and said that, how come that Ajahn Vajrapani is able to lift it up, play with it, so like this, the toy? And the Buddha said, because Ajahn Vajrapani is endowed with Bodhicitta, a very advanced Bodhicitta. It is because of the practice of Bodhicitta that things become so easy for them. They have a tremendous power. So King Ajatasattu, he was so, he has some air of being the strongest person on the earth, that he wanted to be even stronger like the Ajahn Vajrapani. So he requested the Buddha as to what should I do to get such a power as that of the Ajahn Vajrapani. Then the Buddha gave the list of 10 practices. 10 practices, they're all about compassion. All how you should be humble. All how you should, respect others who are going through problems. How you should assist them. How you should be humble. How you should be kind. So, the list of 10 practices of compassion given. Okay, so from this we see that the Bodhicitta is something so unique. If we practice it, we see that literally, one can become a very happy person. And as we age, as we grow older, age 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, if we keep practicing this, no doubt, we become happier and happier. Otherwise, what happens? As we age, our youth disappears. As youth disappears, and then we tend to become nostalgic of our youth. And then our body has become so your body cannot really cope with what your mind thinks. And the world, active world, will slowly sideline you, because your body cannot do that. Sideline you. Younger ones will take over you. And then you have nothing to do, you feel so lonely. Right? So this is what happens to us. Now, if you practice bodhicitta and the wisdom of emptiness on a daily basis to the best you can, then as you age, you will never feel lonely. Not only you will not feel lonely, you will become happier. So as compared to what you were when you were 20 years old, you become happier when you were 13. You'll be even happier when you're 14, even happier 50, 60, 70 like this. So therefore, this practice of bodhicitta is so precious. And as I said earlier, I did mention this in this class, with the wisdom of emptiness, the benefit is that, of course, you'll become more and more confident, more and more fearless, and very clinical benefit that we have is that you will not suffer from Alzheimer's. And what is that, the other one? Dementia. Right? Yeah, these are the real facts. With the wisdom of emptiness, you will not suffer from Alzheimer's, dementia, and such the problems. Okay, so with this, the bodhicitta. The method that we are going to study is the method of equalizing and exchanging stuff with others. What is that method? What method is that? Method of equalizing and exchanging stuff with others. So this method was inherited by, from Bodhicitta, inherited by Arya Manjushri, and then to Arya Nagarjuna, then to Arya the Bodhisattva Shantideva, then Lama Selingpa, then Lama Atisha. Right? Very good. Okay. So now for this There are 9 steps. There are 9 steps. We need to know what the 9 steps are, right? Then we have to, not if possible, it should be, right? It's not, oftentimes I say if possible. Now this is not if possible, it should be. We have to have these 9 points on our fingertips. How do you say this in Hebrew? We should have them on our fingertips. Huh? Okay, did you all hear this? Right. Okay, we should have these on our fingertips, right? Okay, the 9 steps. Okay, right? Otherwise, if you don't have them on our fingertips, then it is saying the enthusiasm to practice this will be much less. If you have these on your fingertips, then it becomes very easy for you. Wherever you are in metro, you are in train, you are in car, you are just sitting home leisurely, having a tea outside, right? Or you are having, say you go for a shopping, or you go to have some meals in the restaurant. You can meditate if you have the 9 steps on your fingertips. If you don't have the steps on your fingertips, then what happens? When you are in other places, oh, I don't know what the 9 steps are, the book is in my house. Okay, never mind, I'll do it tomorrow. Right? So this is how we delay. Okay, so 9 steps should be on your fingertips, and tomorrow morning, I hope we will all have the 9 steps on our fingertips. Okay, the 9 steps. First, equalizing self and others. The 9 steps are not difficult, right? Equalizing self and others. Equalizing self and others. Equalizing self and others. Number 1. Number 2, reflecting on the demerits of cherishing the self. Reflecting on the demerits. Reflecting on demerits of cherishing the self. Reflecting on the demerits of cherishing the self. Number 3, reflecting on the benefits of cherishing others. Reflecting on the benefits of cherishing others. Number 4, taking the suffering of others with emphasis on the practice of compassion. Taking the suffering of others with emphasis on the practice of compassion. Taking the suffering of others with emphasis on the practice of compassion. Number 5, the practice of giving your happiness to others. The practice of giving your happiness to others with emphasis on loving kindness. The practice of giving your happiness to others with emphasis on loving kindness. The practice of giving your happiness to others with emphasis on loving kindness. Okay, which step is this? 5 is done. 6, the actual exchange of self and others. The actual exchange of self and others. Actual exchange of self and others. Okay, number 6 done. Number 7, special recollection of the kindness of others. Special recollection of the kindness of others. Special recollection of the kindness of others. And number 8, altruism. Number 8, altruism. Number 8, altruism. Number 8, altruism. And number 9, bodhicitta. Number 9, Bodhicitta. Okay, Bodhicitta in Tibetan, you can write it Changchupsem. Changchupsem. J-A-N-G, Chang, J-A-N-G, Chang, C-H-U-B, Changchup. S-E-M, J-A-N-G, C-H-U-B, S-E-M, Changchupsem. Changchupsem? Changchupsem. Or you can say Semke. Semke, Changchupsem is the same. Semke, S-E-M, K-H-A-Y. Semke. Changchupsem or Semke, same. His Holiness will use both the words. Semke, Changchupsem will use both. Okay, so tell me, what's the first step of the 9 steps? Equalizing self and others. What is step number 2? Reflecting on the demerits of cherishing oneself. Step number 3? Reflecting on the merits of cherishing others. Number 4? Taking the suffering of others, the practice of taking the suffering of others with emphasis on compassion. Number 5, the practice of giving your happiness to others with emphasis on loving kindness. Number 6, actual exchange of the self and others. Number 7, special recollection of the kindness of others. Number 8, altruism. Number 9, Changchupsem. Bodhicitta, Changchupsem. Bodhicitta, Changchupsem or Semke. Okay, good. So these are the 9 steps. Now, okay. For the Bodhicitta, we need Bodhicitta, this aspiration. First of all, Bodhicitta means what? Altruistic intention. Bodhicitta means altruistic intention to become Buddha. Altruistic intention to become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. Altruistic intention to become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. This is Bodhicitta. Right? And this Bodhicitta, it says that whosoever generates this Bodhicitta, whosoever, it doesn't matter whether you're a girl, whether you're a boy, whether you're educated, uneducated, whether you're this from this nationality, that nationality, it doesn't matter whether you're rich, poor. Anybody who generates this Bodhicitta, gods and goddesses, even if you're a beggar, lying on the street, if you have generated Bodhicitta, gods and goddesses from the celestial realm, they will descend to make persuasions to you, to revere you, to respect you, to prostrate to you. Right? So therefore, this practice is so precious, so precious. So in Tibetan tradition, we speak about Rinpoche. Rinpoche means a precious one. Precious one. Somebody who really knows about the Dharma. Somebody who really knows about the Dharma. For them, what is the real Rinpoche? People is not. Is the mental quality. Mental quality is the Rinpoche. Mental quality of emptiness, mental quality of the wisdom of emptiness, and the mental quality of Bodhicitta. These two are the real Rinpoches. Rinpoche meaning the precious gem. The precious one, precious gem. So these are the real. So therefore, the Bodhisattva Shantideva oftentimes refer to Bodhicitta as the Rinpoche, as the precious one. Changchup Semcho Rinpoche. How many of you know this stanza by heart? Changchup Semcho Rinpoche, Maki Panamki. Changchup Semcho Rinpoche means Rinpoche, Changchup Sem, Bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is the precious gem. Changchup Semcho Rinpoche, right? Maki Panamki, may it grow in those way it has not arisen. May it not degenerate in those which have already generated. You getting it? So this Bodhicitta is referred to as the precious one. So anybody who has generated this Bodhicitta, even if you think you are just ordinary person, if you generate Buddha, you are the real Rinpoche, right? So whereas in the Tibetan tradition, we have to you identify somebody and call it a Rinpoche, right? So this is not really a good idea. The best idea is somebody who generates Bodhicitta, that's the real Rinpoche. Anybody, you can be Rinpoche. If you generate Bodhicitta, you become a Rinpoche. Rinpoche meaning the precious one. You're getting it? This is extremely, sometimes the traditions, sometimes the traditions, they become degenerated. So the real tradition of the Nalanda Buddhism is somebody who practiced the Bodhicitta, and because of the practice, when the Bodhicitta becomes alive in the person, then that person is referred to as the Rinpoche. This is the idea. Okay, so what makes a person Rinpoche? Because of the precious mental quality. What is that precious mental quality? Bodhicitta, right? Okay. So this Bodhicitta, this practice of Bodhicitta, this Bodhicitta has, for us, what we need to keep in mind is that okay, first let me be according to the very standard text. This Bodhicitta has two aspects. This Bodhicitta has two aspects. Two aspects meaning, this Bodhicitta say what is the goal? The goal is Bodhicitta, and then for whom? Right? Two things. One, the goal, and number two is for whom? For whom you are generating Bodhicitta. Two things. Right? For what purpose? What's the goal and what's the purpose? The goal is to achieve, what is the goal of the Bodhicitta? Buddhahood, to achieve Buddhahood. Very good. Buddhahood is the goal. Right? That I will achieve Buddhahood. This is the goal. What for? For the benefit of all sentient beings. Right? So with the definition, it becomes very clear. The altruistic intention to become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. Altruistic intention to become Buddha. There's a goal for the benefit of all sentient beings. So these two signs are required. Right? Okay, do you see that when you speak about for the benefit of all sentient beings? Right? Okay. 1988, 89, how many years ago? 1988?
30 years.
Huh? 30 years ago. 30 years ago, we were all 30 years younger, right?
Yes.
Right? Okay, maybe the Leon must be in school. Crawling? Huh? Huh? 8. Very, right? She's just 8. And we're all 30 years younger, right? Okay, that time, I was just graduate from high school. I graduated from high school. I joined the monastery in the Institute of Buddhist Dialectics, right? And then the study of Bodhicitta will come only which year? I think fourth year. But I already started to, just the first year I started to just, to learn what Bodhicitta is. And then in my own capacity I was practicing it. Very difficult. Because since my childhood, there were very difficult people around me. Very, very difficult people around me. So Bodhicitta says, huh?
Why difficult? What did they do?
So like the trauma,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Israelis, you are so experienced, right?
Yeah.
The trauma. Like that anyway, this is what is going to happen.
Mentally.
Mentally, right? Right? Okay, so the point is, okay, so the point is, what I'm saying is that I was practicing, I was just in my 20, like this, 19 or 20, and although it was not the subject yet, I was to study this out of 4 years, but I was so keen what Bodhicitta is, and the studying, reading books, personal practice. And with the practice it's so difficult, because with the practice it says, what should I do? With the 9 steps. What is the 9th step? Step 9? Bodhicitta, which means we have to make this very strong commitment. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings, except for this difficult person. Right? Except for this difficult person, sorry.
Including.
The moment you say except for this difficult person, this is not bodhicitta. Right? Right? So the point is so difficult, so difficult. You're getting it? So therefore, the point is that this feeling for, may I become Buddha, for the benefit of all beings. When I say for the benefit of all beings, why I cannot bring this person? Why I say, why exclude this person? Why? Why I was excluding this person?
You have something in me.
Huh?
You suffer from me or something like
Because
this.
I cherish myself more than another.
No, tell me very, very direct. Don't think of philosophy.
You have problem with him.
Your problem with me. Why? If the problem with me, why should I start like him? Yes, the answer is correct.
You don't cherish him.
Yes, you don't cherish him. You don't love him.
You hate him.
You hate him. You're getting it?
No, you don't
So
cherish him.
when you don't love the person, you will not include the person in your thought of compassion. You getting it? So therefore, bodhicitta, you have to love all sentient beings. One, you have to love all sentient. Only when you love all sentient beings, you become considerate. You become concerned of all the sentient beings. So therefore you say, may I become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. So that expresses concern for all sentient beings, that expresses love and affection towards all beings. You're getting it? With the love and affection, then you seek the goal to benefit the beings. For that matter, you want to become a Buddha. You're getting it? Okay. So the point that I'm trying to say here is that you have to cultivate intense love and affection towards all sentient beings. Number one. This is number one criteria for the practice of bodhicitta. That we have to build the feeling of love and affection towards all sentient beings, number one. Okay, tell me. Say, if you're, okay, let me just give an example. If your mother is a billionaire, and you love your mother so much, if your mother is a billionaire, and do you think that you're going to so hard to make your mother even richer? No, because she's already a billionaire. She doesn't need any money anymore, right? So at the most, you working so hard, you may get, say, 1,000 shekel extra a day. What is 1,000 shekel as compared to the billionaire, right? Okay, so the point is, whereas if your mother is really starving, hardly having any food to eat, right? Just one piece of bread, she's dividing split into two. One today, one tomorrow. If this is your mother's situation, would you be eager to work so hard so that you get extra money, that you can help your mother? Sure. Which means you become so eager to help when your mother is in what situation? Rich or poor? Poor. So, may I become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. When you see the beings in the suffering nature. You're getting it? So one, you should have a tremendous love and affection towards the beings, number one. Number two, you should realize the suffering nature of the sentient beings, number two. Then, you look for what is the best thing that I can do so that I can save the beings to whom I love so much. What is the best thing that I can do? By becoming a Buddha. You're getting it? So there are three elements. In this definition, you see two elements. The third one is implicitly there. What the two elements mentioned in the text, mentioned in the definition, the goal for the benefit of the goal that you are going to achieve, that I will become Buddha, right? And the goal with respect to others is so that I can benefit the beings, number two. So why benefit the being? Because of the two reasons. One, because of the feeling of tremendous love and affection towards beings, and that you see the suffering nature of the beings. That the beings are suffering. You're getting it? Okay, let me say, if I'm going to detail, it should have, say, 4 points. One is, you have a tremendous love for all beings. You have to build that tremendous love and affection towards all beings, number one. Number two, you see the plight of suffering of the sentient beings, number two. the plight of suffering, number 2. Then on that basis, number 3, you want to benefit the beings. You want to benefit the beings.